Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host Joey Neb here at the 3 Times N Network, Nebuchadnezzar News Station. Welcome to the LiveUMap show. The LiveUMap show today is going to consist on the date of April 5th, 2022. The time of the occurrence is 5:59 p.m. This is a re-recording for the LiveUMap show right here, live mic, right now. So on April 5th, 2 hours ago, two Russian T-72B3 tanks advancing from Izium to Barvinkov were destroyed by Ukrainian forces, and we have a video that's going to play. There you go. The tank was destroyed by the Ukrainian forces. I apologize, there's no volume to these videos, so I will be doing commentary for this event for the LiveUMap. Okay. On April 5th, two Russians T-72B3 tanks advancing from Izum were destroyed by the Ukrainian forces, as we just seen the video of that occurrence. On this day, there was aerial threats, sirens were sounding all over Ukraine. April 5th, um, This happened an hour ago on 6:02 p.m. in Ukraine on April 5th. Um, it says Ursula von der Leyen on the fifth package of sanctions 3, a ban on Russian and Russian operated vessels from accessing EU ports, and a ban on Russian and Belarusian road transport operations 4, further export bans worth 10 billion euros in crucial areas, advanced semiconductors, machinery, and transport equipment. April 5th, also, Ursula von der Leyen on the fifth package of sanctions, an import ban on coal from Russia worth 4 billion euros per year, cutting another import revenue source for Russia. 2, a full transaction ban on 4 key Russian banks, among them VTB and second largest Russian bank. Also on April 5th, Stoltenberg, an hour ago, we will not recognize Russia's occupation of Ukraine, especially its control of Crimea. NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg says alliance determined to supply more weapons to Ukraine, adding they will do more for partners such as Georgia and Bosnia vulnerable for Russian threats and interference. Also, NATO, we will call on all allies to provide more weapons to Ukraine. An hour ago on April 5th, Zelensky on Orban. I called him, invited him, offered to meet with him. He was afraid. I'm sure of it. He might take it as an offense and say, I'm not afraid of anyone. He is afraid of Russia's influence of his state. This influence exists whether he likes it or not. Also on April 5th, we see that China has been unwilling to condemn Russia's aggression and has joined Moscow in questioning the right of nations to choose their own path. This came from Stoltenberg. Also, NATO Secretary General, we expect more Russian escalation against Eastern European countries. NATO Chief Stoltenberg says Russian troops are leaving the Kyiv area but not leaving Ukraine. He says the alliance believes, as long as it's suspected, that Russia does intend to try to create a land bridge between Donbass and occupied Crimea. Also on April 5th, Spain expels 25 Russian diplomats for considering them a threat. 2 hours ago, video of shelling at hospital in Mykolaiv yesterday. I believe there might be a video coming. Let me play the feed. Here's the video. Once again, there will be no sound. And as you see that the hospital was getting exploded up by the Russians' missiles, and that hospital van was destroyed. Also on April 5th, the French Public Prosecutor Office, which specializes in terrorism cases, announces the opening of 3 investigations into war crimes in Ukraine. 3 hours ago, a Ukrainian Stugnet PATGM team shoots down a hovering Russian Ka 52 Alligator attack helicopter. Again, this is your host, Joey Neb. Um, The video of the LiveUMap show is playing for the day of April 5th, 2022. At that time, This all occurred at 6:07:35 p.m. There is a possible video for this. Here's the video. The French Public Prosecutor Office, which specializes in terrorism cases, announces the opening of 3 investigations into war crimes in Ukraine. A Ukrainian Stugman P ATGM team shoots down a hovering Russian Ka 52 Alligator attack helicopter. I agree that I I believe I just repeated myself, but just in case those that were didn't hear what I said before are now on the stream listening and tuning in. Again, this happened on April 5th, 2022. Russian troops shove Dominicana flag vessel in Mariupol. I believe there's a video on that as well. He is describing what has happened, how they shot down his Dominicano flag. This is what the Russians did. He also got injured, as you can see. Also, Sweden has decided to expel three Russian diplomats who did not work in accordance with the Vienna Convention, says Foreign Minister Anne Ledid. Italy expels 30 Russian diplomats. Di Maio's announcement. Also, 3 hours ago on April 5th, 2022, Czech Republic has already sent dozens older T-72 tanks BMTs to Ukraine. The equipment has been sent as a gift from the Czech army after the discussion with NATO allies. 54 shelling on Kharkiv and Kharkiv region yesterday. 6 killed, 8 wounded. In Rubzi, the projectile damaged a tank with nitric acid. Hazmat situation declared. Take cover and use personal protection equipment, which is known as PPE. Denmark expels 15 Russian diplomats. Russian media watchdog Roscoe Mendezor demands from Wikipedia to remove information about war in Ukraine and Russian crimes. Russian jets filmed over Kadivka. There's a TikTok video about to be played. Again, this took place on April 5th, 2022. Exploded report near Name Cove. That was 17 hours ago, 18 hours ago. A church was damaged in Derchachi as a result of shelling. Also, several houses destroyed and electrical substation damaged. Going back to, I was having a little bit of trouble that day. Russian jets, that TikTok video. Here's that video. Also reported Ukrainian air defense shot down 3 of 4 missiles launched by two Su-35 from Belarusian airspace. Fourth missile damaged and missed a target. And there's the description in Ukrainian language. Also reported Russian army shelled chemical plant in Donetsk region. No leak of dangerous chemicals. General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine in the direction of the Pivden-Dobuzhsky direction. The Russian forces carry out assault actions with the support of artillery for the purpose of taking control of the settlement of Oleksandrivka. Have partial success in the area of the settlements of Libin, Marin, and Kopani. The Russian artillery shelled the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine. And again, if I say these towns wrongs, I fully apologize. I try my best here. Also, General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine in the direction of Sloviansk. The Russian army. Hold on a second. The Russian enemy is trying to resume offensive operations in the direction of Barvinkov. It has partial success, advanced 7 kilometers, took control of the village of Brazkivka. Also, it attacked by the battalion tactical group of the 1st Tank Regiment in the direction of the settlement of Sulivka, but had also no success. General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine, Donetsk and Luhansk regions in this area, Borovsky, Novolensky, Solodik, Marika, Zolota, Niva. The enemy continued artillery shelling of positions of units of the armed forces of Ukraine and civilian infrastructure. The Russian enemy carried out an assault operation near the settlements of the Novo Nizhny Popasna, Kalinov, Stefan, Ruzhny, Trotsky, Novo Bakhmutivka, and Novoselivka. Drua was unsuccessful. Italy expels 30 Russian diplomats, and this was already said. Hold on, let this feed continue. Also reported on April 5th, there was two aerial targets were destroyed over Rivne region of air defense. Russian missile was shot down over Volyn overnight ahead of regional administration. Ukrainian air defense shot down two Russian missiles over Dnipro Petrovsk region overnight. Fire at one of the villages as a result of debris fall, but no casualties. Head of regional administration. U.S. Ambassador to Poland Mark Brzezinski is set to sign a deal tomorrow with Polish Defense Minister Mar- um, Maruz Blazek to buy 250 upgraded M1A2 tanks, ammunition support and recovery vehicle, GPS receivers, and other equipment. Ambassador of Ukraine in Egypt, Russia prevents a ship bound for Egypt carrying a shipment of Ukrainian wheat. These persons are not going home. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says of Russian troops in Ukraine, they're retreating out of Kiev, but they're not being sent home. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the LiveUMap show that took place on April 5th, 2022. This was a re-record. Um, Thank you for watching this live stream on Twitch. This happened again April 5th. Um, we are now going to go forward with our actual date, and we'll be right back. Thank you.